Am I live? It says I'm live. Oh, I should be live doing something else while I'm live, but not right now. Where's my bubbles? There go the bubbles. I like bubbles. Okay, so I'm just gonna wait just for one person. There you go, V-Dub. How you doing? Oh. Well, that was late. You popped up in the chat first, and now it shows that one person is here. I was just waiting for one person. So listen, a few things I want to update you on. First of all, I do apologize that I have not gotten back to the book, A Deadly Game Inside the Scott Peterson investigation. You know, the holidays came up. Then I had to deal with another death. Oh, cool. I had to deal. Um, yeah, right. I had to. I was like, I had to deal with another death and a funeral, and I've just been really super busy. So I kind of, yeah, I don't know. I kind of got time to. I should be live at my desk reading some more because I do have the time right now, but I'm still in the bed. So I apologize, but I promise I'm gonna get back to it very soon. Maybe later on today. Yeah, I've been really, really busy. And you probably don't know this, but I'll tell you. I have put the videos of the book reading Lies of a Real Housewife by Angela Stanton. I have put those videos on private on both channels because Miss Angela Stanton has contacted me and she wasn't rude and nasty, but she was like, I'm trying to feed my children. Why would you put this book online for free? Come on, sis. Said something to that effect. And so I just responded, you know what? You are absolutely right. I do apologize. And thanks for writing the book. And then I immediately put all those videos on private. So if you want to read the book or hear about the book, you're just gonna have to buy the book and read it yourself. I'm contemplating on sending her some money, just for GP. I'm thinking about it. I'm gonna let the Lord lead me, and I think He's leading me down that path. So I'll try and contact her again and see how I can make that happen. Just for her troubles. But it was a good book, and I enjoyed reading it. It was fun to read. Really fun to read. That other R. Kelly thing, that was kind of fun to read also. A Deadly Game, not that it's not fun to read. I'm enjoying reading it. But it's not written in first person. That's why. It's not written in first person. I think it's more fun when I'm reading something written in first person because I can try to create a character and try to become them for you as I'm reading. But we'll get back to it. Hey! It's Onyx. Onyx, you keep changing your name. I'm sticking with Onyx. Shoot. I can't keep up with your name changes. So that's the deal with those two things. And yes, I am still giggling my ass off about John Allen Chau and him getting on that damn island with the Sentinelese. I've been reading everything I can about it, and the more I read, the more I laugh my ass off. Look, I don't want to come across as cold and I'm glad he's dead. That's not why I'm laughing. I don't know. Tell you the truth, I don't know why it's so damn humorous to me. But, my condolences to his family and friends and all that who loved him. But the man was an idiot. He wasn't exactly a white man. He's some sort of Asian, but I could tell he's one of those Asian people who identifies as white. But I don't know. That shit is so funny to me. So funny to me. And you know what? It's always white people that try to get on that island with them. The Indians who have, I don't know. I guess I could use the word control over that island, although they don't, but they have the right to establish laws concerning that island. They might go there and throw them some coconuts and stuff like that. Or like when they had that tsunami in 2004, they did try and fly over the island to see if, anyone survived, and they were met with spears. Although they was in helicopters, those Negroes over there were still shooting their spears at a helicopter. They ain't playing. And so in all my research, I've never seen a black person attempt to get on that island. And I wonder what would be the result if a black woman like me, because I want to go and live with them people so bad. And I'm dead serious when I tell you this. I was thinking, you know what? Maybe I should just try it. Just go over there, find somebody like John Allen Chau did to take me there. And when I get within 3 miles of the island, because that's as far as you can go, we would. Well, I don't want to do that. I wouldn't want to infect and kill them. But maybe that won't happen. So when I get in that little canoe that's with me on the boat that I'm on, because they can only go 3 miles up to the island. And so then I have to get in the canoe and canoe my way to the shore. I would take off all my diamonds, all my jewelry, all my clothes. I'd be in good shape by then. I'd have to work out months before, because I'm a little jiggly, and ain't nobody fat and jiggly on that island. So first I have to have a strong workout program, like at least a year before, right? So now my body's all tight. I was stripped butt naked. Well, I don't have a perm in my hair, and I don't wear weaves, never did. My hair is natural already. And I would just go there butt naked in my natural form, and I wonder if they would accept me. It would be wonderful if they did. I'll never look back, ever. I will live like they live in their huts that they created from the land. I will learn their customs. I would just become one with them, because those are my people. I feel a connection to them. Now, my only concern is I would hate for them to accept me, because I'll get there in the daytime, and then nightfall come, and I get fucked by 100 niggas all night long. Different ones. And then that just carries on throughout the day. Every time I turn around, a different nigga's coming to fuck me. That's my only concern. Because it's probably how they get down. They don't have rules and values like we do when it comes to sex. And, The American way, allegedly, is, you're not supposed to have sex when you get married, and a lady's supposed to be respected. And, that's why it's so embarrassing when a chick is exploited sexually online via videos and all of that stuff. We have a lot of so-called standards and, double standards and things of that nature. And it's none of that over there. If I believe if one chick can have sex with 20 different men in a day, and it doesn't matter. And I'm only getting that because I read an article where somebody was in a ship observing them, and they said that, they were all along on the beach, and one male and female started getting it in, and then others started getting it in, and they described it as community sex. Now, they weren't graphic. Hello, confirmation information. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Now, they weren't graphic. So when they said they engaged in community sex, I wasn't sure if, it was a bunch of couples just, screwing whoever they were screwing, or if they switched partners and it was an orgy. If that wasn't clear to me. So I don't want to be involved in no shit like that. I just want to live in my natural state and run through the jungles butt naked and get out in the morning and spearfish my food. And that's all I want to do. That's all I want to do. I hope I'm not asking for too much. But if I could be sure 100% that I could go there and they would welcome me as their sister, oh man, y'all never hear from Madam Whip Ass again. I will chuck my cell phone. You know what? But then I have to leave Jumanji and Diva and Simba. I can't leave them. And it would be hard to protect them on that island because I'm sure there are tons of predatory birds, My goodness, and animals. I have to think about that. I had Jumanji for 20 years. Matter of fact, 20 years today was when I bought them in 1998. 20 years we've been together. I can't leave this bird. Oh, well, so much for that. Anyway, V-Dub said, back shots all night. Stop, V-Dub. So he made a good point. V-Dub says, remember, we have been immunized. I can't speak this morning. To certain germs, but we still carry them. So, yeah, they would get sick. I can wipe out the whole tribe. I don't want to do that. He said those tribal women are smart. In the video, they were warning the men to leave them white folks alone and take nothing. I must correct myself. Somebody corrected me on my last video, or the first video I was talking about this, about white man. The title is Arrogant White Man Goes to Island, that video. But anyway, somebody left a comment. They corrected me. They said those people been there for 50, 60,000 years. And I thought I read somewhere that they got there somewhere during the slave trade. They revolted, whatever, and was able to get on the island. And that's how the generation started. But they said, no, they've been there for 50, 60,000 years. Well, you know what? They know something for some kind of reason why they won't let nobody on that island. So perhaps they have been there for 50, 60,000 years. But I also believe at some point some Africans during the slave trade was able to get over there. Now, whatever language the Sentinelese speak, it's not a language. In Africa, there's so many different languages. So I'm sure the Africans that escaped the ship and got on that island didn't speak the same language. But somehow it was made clear that, hey, you see white man, don't trust him. And matter of fact, kill him on sight. This is what happened to us, and they just know. They know not to trust a white man. But I wonder what their reaction would be if they saw a black man or a black woman. I wonder. Yeah. V-Dub said we need to build an island and act the same way. Nobody allowed. We don't want your germs or white women. So they have been there since humans first left Africa. Yeah, now the Andaman Island that they're on, what is it called? The Sentinel Island? Whatever that island is called. It's part of the Andaman Islands. But that particular island is about the size of Manhattan. And if I'm not mistaken, they're on the north side of the island, the Sentinelese. There's another tribe on the south side of the island, the Jarawas. I'm sure I'm not pronouncing it correctly, but it's spelled Jarawa. And they have accepted the white man. And now the white man has bulldozed their land and set up shop and buildings and turned into a tourist area, and tourists come and take pictures of them, and they dance with the naked black women, make the naked black women dance, and all types of foolishness is going on. So maybe the Sentinelese have traveled down to the south and saw what was going on and said, oh, fuck no, that ain't happening to us. There's some dumb niggas over there. That's what they get. Yep. Oh, they have the whole island? Okay. But I thought it was the same island that they were sharing. Wow. Wow. Yo, V-Dub is dropping knowledge. He said all of their neighboring tribes have either been killed, died off, or assimilated. And no, they have that whole island. There is another island south. And there's actually a series of islands where rich Indians are now building luxury homes. He said he spent some time going over the maps on Google. And he said you can see the new developments. Wow. So that's why hey, they know something. They have good reason to be the way they are. And I think it's just beautiful the way they live, man. Just free. They ain't worried about no taxes. There's no need for currency. I guess maybe they might trade or something. Somebody might have an abundance of fish, but not enough spears. So I'll give you this spear for 10 fish. Bartering, I'm sure they do that. Oh, would you please, V-Dub? Because I'm always interested in those people. Oh, now the Indian Dubai. Wow. Wow. And then I saw a video with them all on the shore. And naturally, I don't care Black people, we do the same shit no matter what tribe we are from, what country we are from. You got one of them over there with a bow and arrow in one hand, and naturally he gestured the people who were filming them to suck his dingling. They walk around with their schlongs swinging. But you know what? Well, let me shut up. I don't know. They didn't seem to be really huge, though. I don't know. They didn't seem to look really huge. But you know, they walk around naked. That must be the most freeing thing ever. And the other tribe that the Indians and the white people have taken over their island, now they wearing clothes. In order to get clothes, they got to buy them. That's some bullshit. They weren't living like that before. But yeah, that's really cool. My other concern, if I went on that island, what do the women do during that time of the month? That's another concern. They don't have no tampons and no maxi pads, so what the hell are they doing? I imagine during those days you can't go bathing in the ocean. That's where the fish are, the food. So what the hell do they do? You know what? They probably got to go off someplace, another part of the island during those days. I'm curious as hell. Because I don't think leaves are going to help. You can't stick no leaves up there or... What the hell do they do? This is what I want to know. I got questions, y'all. And the only way I'm going to get my answers is if I go on that island. But I ain't leaving my bird. So fuck it. Confirmation or information. I've always wanted to know that too. Aren't they beautiful? No, they don't bother you, saying? Oh, right. So there's no, it's all for everybody. Exactly. Now they might barter with another tribe. No structures. I know they got huts. I know they have huts. Because I think I seen a picture of one. I know, look, they have to have huts or something that they built for shelter. When they get hurricanes and all that stuff, they can't just... Man. I wish I could go. What would I do? I'm not sure. I guess I wouldn't know what to do. Hey, I'm City. I wouldn't know what to do. I wouldn't have no tampons or no pads. But then I would hate to go in the ocean. But then again, it's the ocean, it's the sea, it's the salt. It would be like a little grain, dropping a grain of salt in the ocean. I guess you can go in the ocean. My thing is, I would still be thinking like a fucking Westerner and be like, well, I don't know. People go and fish in the ocean. That's where our food is. Huh? You got a whole bunch of bloody bitches wallowing, wading in the water where you get your food. I don't know. I got a problem with that. I don't know. I just don't know. Yeah, why don't they do that? Oh, they'll hit that shit with a spear. Oh, getting back to John and the story I read about him. What a fucking idiot. Oh boy, we went way off. So what I was reading, yeah, remove all Western ideology. These people have survived several empires. But So getting back to John Allen, right? So he's supposed to be a missionary. Now, I've been on his Twitter page, and for him to be a missionary, there wasn't much talk about Jesus. You know, people who are missionaries and evangelists, you know, you've been on their pages before, whether it's Twitter or Facebook, and it's Jesus all day, every day, and leaving scriptures and things like that. You don't see none of that crap on John's page, right? So apparently John got a lot of money and a lot of time on his hand. He don't have a 9-to-5 job. I guess he's just bored with his life, and he likes adventure, and he likes to go to different places and do different things. And so he got it in his sweet little head that he was going to go to the North Sentinel Island, right? And he's going to preach the gospel and introduce them to Jesus. So he pays some Indian fishermen to illegally get him within 3 miles of the island. Now, it's against the law, Indian law, to go on this island, but he is being sent by the Lord, and so he doesn't have to follow the rules. You know, Jesus, he got Jesus, and Jesus is his boss and his lawmaker and his everything, so he doesn't have to abide by the Indian law of not contacting them people and leaving those people alone, you know. Because when you are a child of God, you could break all laws and all that stuff, right? Right. Okay. So he pays these people. I don't know how many of them. It was more than 2. Could have been about 3 or 4. But each of them, like $350. Okay, hold on. The phone getting too hot. Let me unplug the... Okay. So, he gets these fishermen, these Indian fishermen. And there's a canoe connected to the ship. So they go as far as they can. He gets in the canoe with his Bible. He reaches the shore, the beach. He's not there very long until he's recognized by the natives there. And he says to them, "Hello, my name is John. I love you. And Jesus loves you too." Well, they started shooting spears at them. And I think they were warning shots, because those people over there are archers, and they know how to shoot and shoot to kill, and shoot to kill on the first try. They were giving him a chance. So they chase him back to his canoe, and just for good measure, a little 10-year-old boy shoots his arrow, aiming straight for his Bible. Perfect hit center right between the O and the L in the word holy. And the arrow lands right through his Bible. Out of the mouth of babes, I tell you. So you think this asshole would get the hint. So he gets back in his canoe and he goes back to the ship. And he writes in his diary, "Yes, I got on the beach and I said, 'Hello, my name is John. I love you and Jesus loves you too.' And I was met with arrows and I was able to get back to the ship. They just didn't accept me yet." That's exactly what that asshole wrote. They didn't accept me yet. How fucking arrogant. You just know they're going to accept you because you're Mr. White Man and I am part of the master race, and everything, animals and niggers and nigglets, they all will bow down to me because I'm the master race. All right, you fucking idiot. So the next day, he gets back in his canoe. He gets back on the beach. Now, to let you know how Jesus-like these natives were, these tribes people were, the Sentinelese, They didn't kill him the first time he came on the beach. They chased him off back in his canoe. Leave us alone. We can kill you right now if we want to. We don't want to kill you, white man. Go away. But he comes back. The second time. This time, they fucking break up his canoe. Now, get back to the ship the best way you know how and don't come back here. All right? They break up his canoe. He swims back to his boat with the fisherman he paid to bring him there. He writes more in his diary. Because the second time he went over there, he bought them some fish. Not sure why he would buy them fish when there's fish all around. But he brings them fish in a football, which I find is insulting with this damn football. I don't know. I don't know why the football rubs me the wrong way. Can somebody explain in the chat why this white man bringing a bunch of niggas a football would rub me the wrong way? Or should I just let it slide? I don't know. He's got a problem with the damn football. So they break up his canoe. He got to swim back to his ship now. Now he ain't got a canoe to get back. They could have killed him the second time he was on that beach. But they didn't. They wanted the white man to live, go back to his family and live the way he fucking lives with clothes on and haircuts and all that dumb shit. Your iPhones, although they don't know nothing about technology, but just go away and leave us alone. They could have killed him the second time. Do you think Mr. White Man got the message? No. The next day, he goes back on their fucking beach. And I guess the more they didn't kill him, the more he thought he could make a connection. Well, by the third time, they got tired of dealing with this white man. They just went on and just spared him and killed him. And then they took a vine. Somebody called it a rope. They ain't got no rope over there. I'm sure it was a vine that they used as a rope. And they just dragged him around on the beach and shit. And then they dug a hole and they buried him. And that was that. So you can't classify the Sentinelese people as savages. Because they gave him 2 chances to go back home with his life. And he did not. And by the third time, kill him before he diseases us or whatever these people got. Ain't nobody got time for that. He got to die. Got to go. And that's that. Now his family wants his body back. Well, go on the island and get him if you want him back so bad. Let's see how much you really love him. Those people might let you dig them up and take them back. I believe if they can understand that while you're there, they see you just digging up where they buried him. Oh, they ain't stupid. They smart. Oh, they just wanted his body. Well, go ahead, take him. I bet you they'll let you do it. I mean, they let him live twice before they felt it was necessary to kill him. That's not savage to me. So, his family wants his body back. I don't think anybody... Well, I'm sure you can find... there's more than enough arrogant white men in the world that will go there and try and get his body. It won't be too hard for his family to find those type of white people. They're all over the place. It's a plethora of them. You can find a couple in a matter of minutes if you really wanted to. And pay them, and they will attempt to retrieve the body of your loved one. That's if that's what you really, really want. And that's the truth. Yeah, well, they have to dig them up. That's all. But by now, I don't think you want to retrieve him. Just let him rest where he's at. I mean, If you was able to retrieve him while he was freshly dead, that's one thing. But he's been there for a week, honey. He is a hot mess. You won't even recognize him. He ain't even white no more. That nigga black and green and bloated. And you can't even touch him at this point because when you try to lift him up, his skin is going to slip off his body. Don't ask me how I know all of that. Been there, done that. As a damn kid. Can you imagine? Yeah, those are the things, the experiences you have when you work in the family business of a funeral director of a funeral home. You get them calls, and it's always around Christmas and New Year's. You always get a call. Thanksgiving Eve or Thanksgiving, 3 o'clock in the morning. Somebody done died and they in the house. And we all got to get up and go with mommy to go pick up this. Always in the middle when you sitting down having Christmas dinner, the phone ring. Got a case. The holidays is the busiest time of year for the funeral homes, to tell you the truth. It's amazing how that works. But the busiest time of the year is between Thanksgiving and New Year's. You get so busy. And that tells you how stressful holidays can be. It really does. So stressful, it kills a lot of people. They have to send in the Navy SEALs, but they may not waste their time. Diego Garcia is not too far. So what the heck is Diego Garcia? So the American can actually go get him. Nah, at this point in time, when was this? He was there on the 16th. I think they killed him on the 19th. Today is what, the 27th? This is 11 days. Nah. I'm sure they did not embalm him or whatever. He's just buried in the sand. He is a hot, nasty mess. And it will take some time. And I don't think the Sentinelese will let them spend the time they need to find him, excavate him, and all the stuff they got to do in order to transport him back. Let him be. Leave him alone. Just leave him alone. Hey, y'all. Quiet. Y'all know I believe in Jesus and all. But John made no fucking sense to me. Those people don't understand what the hell you are talking about. And Jesus loves you too. They didn't understand when you said, hello, my name is John. They didn't understand none of what the fuck you said. And not that they even give a fuck in the first place. And when I really think about it, I start to get angry. Because suppose they would have been like, oh, okay, let's give him a chance. What is he talking about? When he would introduce them to Jesus, what picture do you think he would have pulled out to show him what Jesus looks like? When I think about that angle, it perturbs me, to say the least. He gonna pull out a blonde-haired, blue-eyed Jesus, wearing that red robe, hair parted down the middle, long hair down to his shoulders. And, really? You ain't even gonna pull out black Jesus. He coming there with white Jesus. White Jesus gonna save you. What an idiot. And you know what? You know how you know it wasn't the Lord that led him to that island, because it wouldn't have turned out the way that it did. Yeah. So anyway, as I was saying, it wouldn't have turned out that way. And you know, the Holy Ghost is a revealer. He's smart, and he don't send you to do stupid shit. It's just not going to happen. Again, when I go on John's Twitter page, I don't see him talking missionary stuff. He just wanted to be the first to make contact with these people, become friends with them, and then eventually make himself king of them, and he's going to show them the way of life, the right way. You know, just arrogance, man. Arrogance. Oh, that arrogance makes my blood boil. And so for that reason, I give a shit that they speared his dumbass to death and buried him in the sand. Fuck him. Fuck him where he's dead and buried. But my condolences go out to his families and friends and loved ones. I really do. Anyway, that's it for me. At some point today, and it might be shortly, I'm going to come back live, and I'm going to continue to read A Deadly Game Inside the Scott Peterson Investigation. The first book that I read, that online book about R. Kelly, Sex Me, Confessions of Daddy's Little Freak, I tell you, the views are going on strong with that. On this channel, I mean, part 1 has 4,500 views. Part 2 has over, did they make 2,000 views or 1,000? Over 1,000? You know, every day it just goes up and up. People are really listening to that thing. On my main channel, part 1 has 2,000 views. Part 2 is coming up on 1,000 views. And part 3 is like 700 or 800. But people are listening. They are leaving comments, and they're pretty much enjoying it. It was fun to read. So I'm going to get through A Deadly Game. And then the next book I shall be reading is They'll Never Be. That was requested that I read that book. They'll Never Be is a autobiography, or one of the DeBarges wrote that book. It's about the DeBarge family. That sounds like that's going to be a good one. And then after that, I think I want to read the Bobby Brown book. And maybe eventually I'll get to the new old Michelle Obama book. Yeah. Yeah. That all sounds pretty good. Anyway, Jumanji. 20 years ago, you were 5 months old when we first met. And we have been in love ever since. Yeah. You've been a good bird. And you brought nothing but joy in my life, baby boy. And I thank you for it. We've been through a lot. And you stuck with me through thick and thin. Yeah. Yeah, I know nobody but the Lord sent you, buddy. So here's to another 20 years together, okay, kiddo? Yeah, I love you much, boo-boo. All right, y'all. Thanks for tuning in and listening. I gotta go. Ciao. That's my boy.